So this thing is super cool. Just eyeballed it sitting on top of the ground, but it is a bone handle to something, and it says something like that. But it's an old script, and it's definitely got some age to it. So whatever it is, it's a super cool find. I'll take it. Let's see if we get something else. So I just pulled up this fancy thing here. It hit pretty well, like a little bit higher than a nickel, and it's got like playing cards or something like that on it. It's falling apart in my hand. I think it may have been a compact or some sort of container at some point, but it's a really cool find either way. Let's see if we get something else. Well, that is an interesting bottle poking out from just under the surface, and it's got embossing on it, and it says Gaunty. Yeah, it looks like Gaunty, something like that. Not entirely sure what it is, but it looks like a perfume bottle, and based on the top here, it's a cork top, so it's got to be pretty old. So whatever it is, this is a super cool find, so I'll take it. Let's see if we get something else. Well, the mud is very soupy today, but as I trudged through to get to this thing, I just pulled up this, and it is complete, whatever it is. It looks to be a porcelain with what looks like some sort of flower pattern on it. Not entirely sure what it is. Definitely some sort of container of some sort, but it's a really cool find. I will take it. Let's see if we get something else. So this was actually an overload tone on the Amphibio. It is some sort of compact lid. It's definitely got some fancy, definitely pretty old, but it's a cool find. Let's see if we get something else. So yet another interesting find here is this little fancy ring. I just pulled it sitting on top of the surface down in this little cellar here, and not entirely sure what it came off of. Maybe it's a piece of jewelry, maybe not. I'll put it in the pouch, but I also just got a pretty cool looking bottle here sitting right on top of the pile from the Banquet Distilling Company. So I will throw up an age of this right next to it, but it's a cool find. I'll take it. Let's see if we get something else. So just right out of the pile here, pulled up another cool find here. This is some sort of big fancy brass escutcheon. Hit super high on the detector, but it's a cool find. Let's see if we get something else. So right back on the lip of this dump here, and look at that. Right on top of the ground is a penny. Not entirely sure what it is, but I think I do see 1 cent. So there's going to be a wheat penny. So maybe this will give us a good idea of the age of when stuff was being discarded here. And that is exceptionally crusty. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit. And if it's an older date, I'll loop you back in. So here it is all cleaned up. 1919 is going to be the date on it. It's over 100 years old. So a cool find in the pouch that'll go. Let's see if we get something else. Right on the lip yet again. This was super masked. And I see some sort of disc, probably a coin, maybe a button, something like that. The back is super crusty, and it does not want to pop. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit off camera, and when I got it figured out, I'll loop you back in. So here's the disc all cleaned up. This side is totally blank. This side is iron, and it looks like it probably had a shank in the middle, so definitely an iron back button of some kind, but it's a cool find. Let's see if we get something else. So I just turned the camera off and looked to my left from the button. Look at that. That is going to be another Bennington marble, if I can grab that out. It's a blue one, I can tell. And yeah, there it is. So late 1800s there. So that is a super cool find. So in the pouch that'll go. Let's see if we get something else. Well, this spot after good rain is always so much fun. I just plucked up my second Bennington marble of the day. This one, another brown one. And it actually just popped out of the hole when I dug up a piece of trash. So super happy with that. In the pouch that'll go. Let's see if we get something else. Well, today seems to be a marble day for sure. That is going to be my third one of the day. And this one actually feels like some sort of porcelain. So I don't see any sort of design on it, but it's a cool find either way. So in the pouch that'll go. Let's see if we get something else. So I just pulled up the super mangled pocket knife. The back is missing, but on the face it does still have the black wood handle. So it's a cool find. It's definitely got some H to it. Let's see if we get something else. So another interesting surface find here. It's a very crude shell button, probably made from one of the button shells. So in the pouch that'll go. Let's see if we get something else. So this hit like a pull tab, and I just pulled up this horseshoe shaped bit here. No clue what it is. It looks like it's got some sort of design on it. Whatever it is interesting. I'm going to go ahead and clean this up a little bit better, and when I got a better look, I'll loop you back in. So here's the thing all cleaned up. Believe it or not, this is actually a super mangled up pin. It fell apart in my hands, but you can see that there were little gemstones on it if I can flip that over. But that's definitely got some age to it. It's a super cool find. So in the pouch that'll go. Let's see if we get something else. Well, this is just absolutely crazy. Number 3 for the day on Bennington marbles, another brown one here. And this one is super pretty. It's got all the glaze on it and everything. So I will take that. In the pouch, that'll go. Let's see if we get something else. Well, all this erosion from the big storm last night is just working wonders. That there is going to be a little buckle of some sort. And it looks like it's pretty fancy on the one side. So I will certainly take that. Probably to a shoe or watch or something like that. But in the pouch, that'll go. Let's see if we get something else. Well, guys, I said today was going to be a marble day. I was right. Look at that. This is going to be a German handmade marble. I'm going to need to clean it up, but I believe that is a Joseph's coat, which is a little bit more rare, a little bit more sought after. I'm going to clean this up a little bit, and I will loop you back in. So here it is, all cleaned up, the German handmade marble, and I'm not entirely sure anymore if it's a Joseph's coat. That may be just dirt mixed in somewhere. It looks like it's just clear, though I cannot see the inside all too well, but I am super thrilled with this either way. So in the pouch, that'll go. Let's see if we get something else. So in the midst of my little freak out over that marble, check that out right in the side, just sticking out. That is a bottle. I cannot tell. Looks like it's a cork top. Not entirely sure if it's embossed or not. We shall see. Does not look like it to me. Oh, there is something on the side. See if we can read that. Burnett, it looks like. So not entirely sure what type of bottle this is, but actually it has some more writing there. Boston. So Burnett's from Boston is whatever this is, and I am super thrilled with an embossed bottle. So in the pouch, that'll go. Let's see if we get something else. Well, I haven't even put my gloves back on. I just looked down at the ground and there's a button. Let's see what we have here. Looks like just a plain porcelain one. So cool find either way. It's definitely got some H to it. So in the pouch, that'll go. Let's see if we get something else. I just cannot keep eyeing this wall because right here, I just pulled up a lead bale seal. And then right here, just as I look down, is another little shell button. Possibly again from the button punch outs, but cool finds. In the pouch, those will go. Let's see if we get something else. So I think at this point I've had more eyeball finds today than I have detector finds. That is yet another little button. It's a 4-hole shell again, so possibly made from the button shells, but very cool find. So in the pouch, that'll go. Let's see if we get something else. Well, it is marble time once again. This one is going to be a little bit difficult. We'll pop this one with the shovel. It's just a plain red one, it looks like, so nothing too crazy there. Yeah, just a plain red opaque, but still a cool find. I'll take it. Let's see if we get something else. So another eyeball find and another button. This one feels porcelain again. So cool find, definitely got some H to it. Let's see if we get something else. Well, if this day couldn't get any better, I am hard shaking right now. Look at that. I see Goodyear on that button. That's gonna make this a rubber button, and these were made by Goodyear and patented in the 1850s. So this is an exceptionally early button. I'll get that weed out of there for you. But there it is, all cleaned up. Goodyear's, and then this one does not appear to have the date on it, but that is an incredible button. So in the pouch, that'll go. Let's see if we get something else. So I know you guys are probably getting tired of seeing all the buttons today, but this one is really cool because it's got some fancy on the face of it. So I'll take it. Let's see if we get something else. Okay, so this has to be the coolest button I have found all day. As I drop it, add a little bit of extra suspense for you, but when I flip that over, check out the pattern on that one. That is probably one of the most beautiful porcelain buttons that I have ever dug. So in the pouch, that'll go. Let's see if we get something else. How is that for a surface find? That is gonna be what appears to be a pocket knife of some sort, and that looks excessively old. So not entirely sure on the age of it. The back's a little bit busted, but that is still a cool knife. So in the pouch, that'll go. Let's see if we get something else. So right down there, right back where I found all the other Bennington marbles, here's yet another one. That is my third brown one of the day. So tons of cool old stuff out here. So let's see if we get something else. Well, perched up on the side, I spot another coin. This one looks to be another penny of some sort. And this one is just absolutely roached. Though I do believe it is going to be an Indian head penny. So let's take a look. Yeah, definitely an Indian head penny. You can see the 1 cent on the back, and it is just crusty as crusty can be. I'm gonna clean this one up just a little bit, and when I get a date, I'll loop you back in. So here's the Indian all cleaned up. 1903 is going to be the date on that one. And there's the back one more time. Pretty beat up, but still a cool coin. But I'm gonna put that one into my pouch. And then down here, I just looked down as I was wiping down the penny, and I've got another brown Bennington marble. So I think this is number 4 just to this color and style today, which is just absolutely incredible. So I will take it. Let's see if we get something else. I just cannot seem to stay away from the lip of this little trash pit here. That is going to be yet another Bennington marble. And that is, I believe, Bennington number 5 today. So fantastic find. I will take it. Let's see if we get something else. Check that out. Another surface find there. That is going to be a big brass buckle, missing the tongue, a little bit corroded, but still an old find. I will take it. Let's see if we get something else. Well, look at that. Yet again, another little Bennington marble. And this one's going to be yet another brown one, another super, super pretty looking one. So I will certainly take that. Let's see if we get something else. So a little bit of utility work started at this spot, and right down here, I just got a massive bullet, and this one looks very early. If I were to guess, probably 1880s, 1890s, somewhere in there. Definitely pre-1900 though, but it's a super cool find. I'll take it. Let's see if we get something else. Well, this is a bit of a surprise. This one hit 26 on the Amphibio, a little bit low for a nickel, and I believe that's exactly what I've got here, and I cannot tell what it is. Definitely an old nickel of some sort. Oh my goodness. There is a, oh yeah, I see the stars poking through. That is my second shield nickel now from this site, and third in the past 3 weeks. So this is insanity. So regardless, I will definitely take it. I'm gonna go and clean this up a little bit and show you some detail. So here's the shield nickel all cleaned up. It is actually in a pretty good condition underneath the crust. I think some soap and water will work wonders on this thing, but if I flip that over, check out the date on that one, 1868. So a 3rd year coin and 1 year off from being as old as the state of Nebraska. So I am absolutely thrilled with this find. So in the pouch that'll go. Let's see if we get something else. Hey everybody, Bug Eater back with another wrap up from just an insane marathon hunt at the bulldozed 1880s houses. So the night before this hunt, Omaha got hit with a massive storm, and off a big slope, it took about 8 inches to a foot of dirt and just washed it away. So tons of stuff was exposed, but here's my take from the hunt. I got an embossed bottle here, probably a snake oil of some sort, and it says Burnett on one side and Boston on the other, if I can get that flipped around. I also got this thing here. It had a bunch of design on it, but it just kind of like washed away when I rinsed it. I'm thinking maybe a salt shaker or something like that. This bottle is super cool. It's from the Banner Distilling Company, and this one dates to post-prohibition. It's probably like 30s, maybe early 40s or so. And then this one here is a 1930s Conti olive oil bottle. So another super cool, fancy one here. Now onto the metal relics. I got a makeup compact, no logo on it. This super cool thing was some sort of container, but it has some playing card patterns on it, maybe to a poker set. I also got a couple of pocket knives here, a fancy escutcheon, and then this thing here was super cool. It was made in France. It's a handle to something, I think, and it says the well, and then it's cut off there. I also got onto the gem out of a reflector, some piece of jewelry, and a bullet, a rivet. I also got a buckle. And now onto all the buttons. There were a ton of shell buttons out there, so much that I couldn't go more than a few steps without finding another one. I also got onto one metal button. This one is an iron back, brass face. Then I also got on some other better 4-hole buttons here. I got a bone one, a fancy one, another really fancy porcelain one with tons of design on it. And then my personal favorite button from the hunt is this one. I'll zoom that in for you. But it's a Goodyear's button, and these were patented in the 1850s, so that is a very early find for Omaha. I also got onto a bail seal, a fancy little chain off a pocket watch, a buckle, and then a super fancy little brass pin here. That's probably Victorian era. So now onto the marbles. I got a red opaque, a porcelain one, tons of Benningtons. There were 7 in total, 1 blue, the rest brown. The best marble, in my opinion, from this hunt is this German marble. It's a handmade. You can see the pontils where they were ground down. But it is pretty mangled up. There's nothing inside. It appears to just be a cleary, but still a really cool find. Definitely 1800s. And now onto the coins. I got one wheat penny, a 1919 in awful condition. I got a 1903 Indian head penny, also in awful condition. And my favorite coin from the hunt today is this here, my third shield nickel in 3 weeks, if that will focus. The date on it, 1868. So a pretty old find there, very early for Omaha. And there's the 5 cents on the back. But that was my hunt, guys. Thanks again for coming along. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe. And this is Bug Eater, signing out.